I'm going to share what we have as our tech audit.
So this is my problem is I've been trying to get everything in one place for a long time. My tech stack is like Frankenstein.
So
Everything has been added over the course of about 8 years. Nothing works together. So I want to get everything in one place. I signed up for this thing called FreshLearn. I can use that email address. I could switch that over. And I think
well,
I have a domain through Squarespace.
so ultimately, the goal of this call is to just identify what you have and then start the process of having you develop a transition strategy. Because there's kind of two goals here. One is to make sure that you understand all of the things that you can do in terms of consolidating and bringing everything into one place in terms of your business, your communication, all that stuff. But then also the hope is that we prevent overwhelm of that process, because a lot of people are like, oh my God, I've got to change this and that. And it's really about coming up with a plan over the next 90 days, 6 months to move those things in a way that doesn't both break the bank and make you go crazy. Are you already using social media as well? Do you use this
Yes.
about your business?
Yep.
What ones are your favorites?
Probably Facebook and Instagram. I have a few things on YouTube
Wow,
as well. My daughter tells me I need to be on TikTok, but I want to wait and see what happens with TikTok.
totally get it. Again, the only reason I mentioned that is because we also have this social media scheduler inside our Go Plus account. Do you already use a scheduler like Buffer or Hootsuite or?
No, I do not.
Okay, that's good. Then we won't have to transition anything there. You have a website, yes or no?
My website right now is on Podia.
This is one of those things where this is your website. It's not overly complex. It's something that you could definitely replicate inside Go Plus very easily. And then you have control over it and it doesn't cost you any more money. That's a service that's provided within Go Plus. And that's a bigger task in terms of moving that information over and recreating it. But once it's done, then there's no hosting fees or anything like that once you recreate it inside Go Plus. So
I think my preference would be to find a really nice template and just use the new template and have it look nice and put the information in it. That's my preference. And Go Plus, can you build new pages? Do you have templates that you can just pull up and build new stuff if you have a new product or something?
yes, and you can create as many of those as you'd like. Okay. Moving on to a different topic. Do you use anything to have people schedule appointments with you, like Calendly, like TidyCal, HubSpot, or something like that?
Acuity.
Acuity, okay. So this can be transitioned into Go Plus as well for free. So you can stop paying for Acuity once you transition in. And that's usually where a lot of people start, quite frankly. They bring their contacts in, they create appointment calendars. And I saw on your website, are you doing one-on-one coaching, in-person coaching classes? What do you do?
All of the above. What I have done historically is done one-on-one appointments. And like for the last year, I've had a combination where I teach a 12-week course on hormones.
Huh.
And then with that, they get a saliva test and a one-on-one visit. I want to get to the point where the one-on-one visits ultimately need to go away. And it needs to be more in group coaching and with educational stuff.
That's always my recommendation, is that you build a cohort course for people move through stages of a cohort.
Yep. Yep.
They can sign up anytime for it. And then what you do is you basically just have a consistent calendar. Maybe it's a weekly call where you invite people to a group, or maybe you have beginners, intermediate, advanced, or maybe you have certain stages along that course where you invite people in. And that way you're reducing your number of calls and you're able to scale as many people as you want. So they all show up and then you're coaching them in a kind of a group coaching session, which is really cool.
Yep. That's my goal.
Awesome. Wonderful. Obviously, you're going to be using Xperiencify for course building, I assume.
Yep.
Do you have any other courses anywhere else that you're bringing into Xperiencify?
I have hundreds of hours of videos that I think I could make individual courses like on sleep or women's health and things like that. But at this point, hope to have multiple courses that people can just go in and do at their own time.
Fantastic. Have you already signed up for an Xperiencify account?
Yes. And I got the special deal where you get lifetime access to both the
Yep.
Go plan and Xperiencify.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Do you use any of these types of services to build landing pages and funnels, like lead pages or ClickFunnels or Unbounce or anything like that?
I have not.
Many people come to us with that as part of their Frankenstack. And this is all of these, again, it all exists in Go Plus. You actually have access to them if and when you want to use them.
So the problem has been like every time I do something, because everything is so disjointed and I have to think about every single process, I don't even want to advertise right now for more clients because it just creates so much work. Like sending a saliva test to somebody and sending an email to follow up and sending them the link to Acuity to get scheduled and then putting their notes in pages. It creates so much work and it's such a time suck that I don't want to even get clients until I get this fixed.
Okay. Yeah, sure. All of those things that you just mentioned are all completely automatable. You can create automations around them. For example, having a consistent landing page or a consistent place, just one place where you say, hey, look, book a time with me. And there's one page where you have your different time options. If it's a group call or if it's a half hour, if it's an hour, whatever, and they click on that, takes them to your calendar of the times that you're available. They choose that just like with Acuity. But then what you want to do is then once they've signed up for the time they want, you'd want to have an automation that reminds them about your meeting.
Yes.
Have an automation that sends them an automatic email that says, hey, here's how you get your saliva tests, et cetera.
Yes.
So all of that is automatable, 100%.
Yep. Awesome.
Definitely we want to do that. That's for sure. Do you then already use any type of email broadcasting? Most people consider this your classic CRM.
I use Podia for email blasts, I would say.
Right.
And my list is probably like 300 people or 250 to 300 people on Podia. Podia didn't have a good community feature.
Mhm.
So I wanted to sign to like the courses in community or in Attract. And I have, I don't know, I think I have 28 people that I send emails out because they're course members. I send them a link with the Zoom link. So that's another 2 emails that I have to send every week to text or to send them the email before the Zoom meeting starts.
Sure. I understand.
Yep.
Okay. So that's great. So Attract Wells, if you so choose again as a part of a consolidation and single source of the truth plan, you could definitely look to move from Attract Well into the communities that Go Plus has. And again, that would then tie into the automations that you have available, your overall contact list. And you again, I harp on this a lot with people, but then you have a single source of the truth for all of the people you're working with, right? Like what groups are they in? What email lists are they on?
Exactly.
Have they paid you? All of that stuff stays
Yeah.
in one place.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, great. Do you have a contract that you have people sign?
Not really, but I would like to add that. That would be great, but
Okay. Only again, all of this is just to let you know as you're putting together your plan that there is a way to create e-signable contracts in Go Plus as well. So you're going to create a document and then put a section where they can kind of scribble in their signature, but it does effectively create a verifiable, defendable e-signed contract. What kind of payment processing do you use right now?
Acuity uses Square
Okay.
and Podia. So I also have an ebook that I'm selling on Podia, and Podia uses Stripe.
Okay. Great. And you don't use PayPal for anything?
Yeah, I haven't yet.
Okay. Both of these, again, Go Plus has, I think, 14 different types of payment processors. Square and Stripe are both of those. And if you want to sell your ebook, if you want to sell those saliva kits, those kinds of things, that can all be done in Go Plus through an online store.
Right.
So I get that. This section right here, one-click upsells and downsells. I'm assuming you're not using anything like that right now where people go through a cart process and then they're upsold. This is, again, available if you want to use, this is available.
Yeah, I definitely would like to do that because especially if I have more courses and things like that, to have that available for people, but I don't have anything yet at this point.
Okay. Are you using, I can't remember from your website. Let's see. You've got a blog section that you got here,
Yeah.
ebook, and you got your course. Are you using any kind of quiz or assessment or form to bring people into your business?
Not yet.
If you wanted to create an affiliate program, you can also do that in Go Plus. If you wanted to have people go out and sell your ebook or your course, whatever, do that. You can do that as well. And then if you want to use phone numbers, either for just SMS messages or for WhatsApp or whatever, that's also available in Go Plus. So I don't know if that's important for your client base. Some people like to use that as a more effective way to get people's attention rather than using email. But again,
I do see the benefit of doing the texting. I have a once a week for my course and my membership with the course. I send both an email and then I send a separate text. And I do find that sometimes people aren't getting the email because it's going to their junk mail so that they are able to log in using the text.
is there any other tech that you think that you use? You said you've got all these platforms. Is there anything else that you use or you find distracting that you'd like to talk about, seeing if we can transition it over?
I do have a small group on Mighty Networks.
Okay.
So I would like to get the Mighty Networks in community into Go Plus. And then because some of those people that are in that community are also in the Attract community.
Okay.
So, and then I want to grow that. I want to grow that community.
First, you want to set up whatever new group or groups that you want in Go Plus. And then once you kind of have branded them and you put the colors on and those kinds of things, you'd just want to start a campaign and a transition strategy, letting people in those communities saying, look, I'm moving services and this community will now meet at this new address. And
exactly. And so some people, I'd like to probably give some people like access for a year or something as they've moved over, because they've been with me for a long time and they've paid for a while. So some people I want to move over and give them like a year's worth of membership fees or whatever, and then have a set point in the future where I can start maybe collecting again membership fees from people. And some people I want to have, when they join, pay a membership fee.
the options of both a paid and a free community are both available. And really one of the simplest ways to do it is to have a free community that you invite people to, and then just create a second community that's your VIP or your exclusive community that people pay for. And when people pay, you just transition them into that and they have access to both of them.
I think, or just have a paid community, but have the ability to put people in it for free. Is that an option for a period of time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what I want to do, is have everybody, either they've paid previously so they get in free for 6 months or a year, or they're new and they're paying as they come in.
What would be the best way for me to help you take a next step in creating a plan for starting to move this stuff over? Is it your appointment scheduling, for example? Or is it your contacts? Or is it your calendars? Or is it your communities? Whatever it is.
It'll be the community, because I'm finishing up a 12-week community right now. So I want to do a new cohort in that space. So that'll be the first thing that I want to get moved so I can get some new people in the next cohort.
Lovely. Awesome.
Yeah.
I just finished one of these collaborations. I don't know if you've seen me advertise about those in our Facebook group or in our emails. I made the offer out to do some collaborations with people and basically just help them build stuff. And there was a woman, we walked through the process of building communities together.
All right. Hey, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the warm weather where you're at.
Yeah, I think it's coffee and chocolate time.